Welcome to America's Commercial Real Estate Show, your source for market intel, forecasts, and success strategies. Hello, I'm Michael Bull. Thank you for being with us. This segment is brought to you by BuyProxy.com. Check them out. It's BIPROXI. It's a new listing service for commercial real estate. You can list properties there, and you can also search. This show today is one of my favorite topics. We're going to talk about social media strategies for commercial real estate industry participants. And I think when you look at the world of social media and you look at residential and you look at, of course, showbiz and things like that and music industry, really prolific. There's the huge use of social media. But when you look at commercial real estate industry participants, it seems to be that we really haven't taken advantage of it much. To give you an example, I do a good bit of social media, but I do not do that great of a job. And I'm probably one of the influencers or one of the successful users of social media for commercial real estate. Is social media right for you? Which sites should you use and how should you do it? Well, I have some experts joining us on the phone here today. Please welcome my guests. It's Sarah Malcolm and Amanda Bowen, and they are with the Content Funnel. And the Content Funnel is a commercial real estate marketing firm. They have a real big focus on social media strategies. Ladies, thanks for joining us today.
Hello.
Thanks so much for having us.
Glad to be here.
Yeah,
yes.
and the first thing I'd like to hear from you is, should people really be doing social media? And you think about real estate developers, property owners, industry providers that are out there doing a service. It seems like we're in a relationship business, and it's that direct content. We know how to reach people. We're doing okay in our business. Do we really need to think about social media and doing a good job there as well?
Yes, absolutely. I think, that's a question that we get often. And I think some people automatically say, yes, I understand the value of social media. And other people are kind of on the fence and saying, well, do I really need this? What am I going to get out of it? And there's so many different uses for social media. Not only is it to build your brand, and, kind of create that brand equity and people know who you are that are not necessarily inside or outside of your circle. And even from when you have an issue online. So, for example, one of our clients there was a rumor that one of their shopping centers was closing. And it was in a private chat room in Ohio, and an Ohio chat group. And they couldn't, get in there. They couldn't clear up the rumor that they were closing, and it was completely a rumor. It was not true. And so we decided on their Facebook page to do a paid ad targeted to a specific zip code and radius around that shopping center that cleared up the rumor. And it was hugely successful. They got a ton of engagement. It was such a win for the brand and not only the business. So, and then there was another example when the big hurricane hit in Houston, that a shopping center, one of our clients wanted to let the folks know that they were open just for supplies, water, because most of the stores, most of the businesses around town were closed down because of the damage. And so that was another way we're able to, not only kind of serve the community, but solve another problem. So it's not just about building your brand, but it's also about really kind of helping your business, helping the community, and the list goes on and on.
I think it's also really important to remember that with basic advertising, you hit your client one time. If they happen to see your ad, wherever it is, if it's on the radio, if it's in a magazine, if it's on TV, they see it maybe. But with social media, it's something that they actually sort of log into and go to on their own. And not only are you advertising to them through social media, but they can communicate with you. So it's really a much more effective way of advertising because it connects you to your client, to your demographic that you're trying to reach in a much more personal way. I mean, we've all seen the social media accounts that are famous, like, Wendy's has burned McDonald's, and Coke and Pepsi go at each other over social media. And And I've even, complained about something. Like I complained about CVS one time, and I did an at CVS in my complaint, and they got back to me. So it is just a much more direct way of not only advertising, but really connecting with the people who are interested in your brand and your services.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Amanda, and that was Amanda, right? And Sarah.
That's Amanda.
Okay, great. Make sure I got your voices straight. So, which social media sites are best for business? I think for commercial real estate business, I think we all think of LinkedIn. Of course, we can't go a day without seeing a tweet from our president. Which sites might we think of for different professionals? Like if I am in a shopping center versus maybe I'm a commercial real estate agent.
Yeah, so LinkedIn is definitely an effective platform, especially for B2B. 80% of all B2B leads come through LinkedIn, so that's really our business. But 25% of adults are using LinkedIn, so that's a very, very small percentage. And when you look at like platforms like Facebook, people say, okay, well, Facebook really isn't where my demographic is, and that's completely incorrect. And we actually just put out a benchmark report. You can find it on thecontentfunnel.com under resources and under reports. And you can download that report. And we basically took a handful of companies in each commercial real estate sector, so industrial, retail, office, prop tech, influencers, you name it, and we spelled out how they're using social media, what platforms they're using, how many followers they have, because we were finding that the perception is that the industry thinks LinkedIn is where it's at. And you definitely should be using LinkedIn, but it's actually not, we're not finding it's the most successful. Facebook, we're finding a lot of success. Twitter, we're finding success, as well as Instagram. And Instagram, on average, we're getting 40% more engagement from our commercial real estate audience on our clients, and that's organic. That's not paid, which is really hard to find these days. Is an organic way to kind of reach the followers you're trying to reach without having to pay for an ad. So, but definitely, I would say LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook are the ones you should take a look at.
Is Instagram better for, say, a retail property owner, maybe a mall or a shopping center, than it might be for a lawyer, real estate lawyer?
No, well, I think that, Instagram is really useful for everyone. And the reason it is because you can do both business and personal on Instagram. It's images. It doesn't have to be all images of you, but it can be sort of like if you're a lawyer and you sort of want to give people a window into what you're doing, and in that you're sort of selling your services. Like, you take a picture of the courthouse and you're like, working today for blah, 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 or then you take, another picture of you and you're doing something else. It becomes more of a way to sell your personal brand. If you're retail, then you sort of tweak it and use it a little differently. But like we have a client now that we're working with and going into each of the retail shops in their centers, and sort of doing like little photo shoots with each of the different shop owners and highlighting those things. And so you make it personal in different ways with Instagram, and it can be as personal or as professional as you want. But people look to Instagram to see like snapshots of like what you're doing and how you do it, and it's all images. So people want to look and see that they kind of have a feel for you by looking through your images.
Right.
So they really work for both business or personal, because you're both advertising a brand.
Yeah, and they want to get to know you. They want to get to know the real you. Similar to if you're going to take someone for a golf game, or if you're taking them out for a drink, or out to dinner, out to lunch. The whole purpose is to get to know that person and talk to them. And that's really how, not only Instagram, but social media is supposed to be used. Is you want to have, a window to who you are as a person, and that helps people feel more comfortable in doing business with you.
Yeah, that's a good point, and I think that's an easy point to not think about as well, because it's interesting. I'll post some incredible content on Twitter and other social media sites that I know is extremely valuable to the people that I'm connected with, and I'll see mediocre responses. I put something silly on there to me that's kind of maybe more personal, and it has huge response. So, and I almost look at that in amazement. So, wow, you just missed an incredibly valuable tweet I did. You didn't hit on that, but you hit on the silly one. Yeah, but I guess social's in the name social media, right?
Right. Well, I think that we forget that in business we're always so like, okay, we need to be so buttoned up and so professional, but at the end of the day, everyone is a person and they want to be entertained. Yeah. Absolutely, 100%.
And they also want to relate to you.
Yeah.
So if something like funny is, I did a post once where I went to a business meeting, and when I got out of my car, I realized that I had the same boots on, but they were different colors because I bought the same pair, but in black and brown, and it was absolutely ridiculous. So I had to walk through an entire networking event with two different shoes on. But that was a really fun, and who hasn't, a lot of people have done that, I found out, because once I posted it on, so you can do just relatable things. Like Sarah said, we're all human beings at the end of the day, and I think people in business do like to get a sense that, they have something in common with the people they're doing business, or that it looks like they have the same maybe set of, values or sort of, or lifestyle sort of that, people like to do business with people like them,
Yeah, and do business with people that they like.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
Well, when you tell me about the boots, I think I missed a great post opportunity because I showed up in Nashville to speak at the National Land Conference, and I did not have boots. I had to go buy boots because I felt completely out of place. All right, well, I want to ask you about a mission, a thought. How do you keep track of, what should you be posting? What kind of plan should you have? What should you think about to have an effective social media marketing campaign? And we're going to do that right after this short break. Stay with us. I'm Michael Bull. This is America's Commercial Real Estate Show. America's Commercial Real Estate Show is brought to you by Bull Realty. For customized asset and occupancy solutions, visit bullrealty.com. Commercial Agent Success Strategies. Incredible training for commercial agents. Visit commercialagentsuccess.com. BOMI International. For facilities and property management education, visit BOMI.org. BuyProxy.com. Your global commercial real estate listing service. Visit buyproxy.com. Red IQ, turning multifamily data into actionable intelligence. Visit rediq.com.